Hi, my name's Mark Gwynn. I'm from the U.S., but we moved here to Newcastle about 4.5 years ago. And our original intention was to kind of start a new church, but what we found is that we were just doing the same thing over and again in our house on a Thursday night instead of in a building on a Sunday morning, and we weren't actually making new disciples, and we weren't actually making better disciples of the Christians who were hanging out with us. Pulled back and said, Jesus, what's going on here? And started praying and reading what other people were doing, and really realizing that the skill of making disciples is the main thing. Really what we hope to see is a wider movement of discipleship in mission, and originally we kind of thought that would all descend from us, but what we're actually seeing in the area is that God is raising up lots of leaders who are doing the same things independently of us, and so we're just trying to learn how to do that in relationship and honor each other and honor what God's doing.
So we live in Dundrum, and it's quite a small little village and one of many actually in the whole of County Down. The big thoughts at the minute and what we're thinking about in light of the scriptures is that we want to see a disciple making movement. It's not just all about just gathering people in a large setting, but that it's going to be a movement that people are going to hear and then pass on. After when they hear, they understand, then they do, and then they share with someone else.
The vision of what we're seeing God kind of saying to us, and about making disciples, about starting a movement that multiplies and not just stops dead, is actually a really ancient vision here in Ireland. St. Patrick himself actually moved in these areas, and although we've kind of glorified him as this great guy and we've built great buildings to him and stuff, he's actually really ordinary. He's a pretty normal guy, and he actually was just moving from household to household, sharing something they had never heard before about Jesus and calling them to pass it on. And actually that guy pretty much in a sense took the land in a way that no one could have ever believed he could have. Okay, so we are now at the highest point in County Down, and it's also the highest point in Northern Ireland. See what is God saying for this county, what's God saying for these towns and villages we can see. At the same time as well, I kind of feel like it's a good reminder to us that, where have we not been yet? Where have we forgotten about it? We've got so wrapped up in our own thing that we've forgotten about this village over here or that over there. That people have maybe not heard about Jesus really, or that there might be people hungry there.
If Jesus was to come here and do stuff for 3 years, I can't see him doing a single thing that I've done for the past 3 years. I think he'd do it all differently. Still a wee bit confusing and have to relearn and figure out how to meet people, how to maybe do miracles, how to disciple people, and see their lives changed. I think I have been seeing a fruit of that already. Just doing it in a simple way. Northern Ireland will be reached not by our normal youth work model or church model, an organisation model, but when every disciple actually gets challenged taught by Jesus and challenged by Jesus to actually go and follow Jesus in his mission to make more disciples and to reach everybody across Northern Ireland and beyond.